Okay, so that is 12 o'clock. Let's crack on. This is Pips. You can't be a trader and not have a dog called Pips. Pips is like the smallest unit of movement in a currency pair. Well, not the smallest technically, but it's the main unit of movement in a currency pair. So yeah, today, in fact, Pips, you go back. I need my left arm, Pips. This is where she doesn't let me get my left arm back. There we go. So today we're going to be doing a completely like a noob crypto session, if that makes sense. Johnny P. What if you had a Siam AI bot answer all the questions? Yeah. So what's happened is obviously crypto is doing its thing. It's attracting loads and loads of new people, and the amount of questions are increasing, which is understandable. Now, before we go any further, I have to share my screen here because if you go to YouTube again and then type in Siam Kid and then go to my YouTube channel, and in the playlist section there is a playlist called Free Crypto Basics Video Course. And in this video, I made this in 2017, and so some of it may be a bit dated, but most of it is still still very relevant. And all the recent videos are right at the bottom. So, for example, some previous live sessions we did. But the main video, which I would really urge you to see, where I really go into depth of some of the reasons behind it, is this one here. Guide to Investing in Cryptos in 2020 and Beyond. And in this video, it's a bit of a sesh because it's 2 hours and 15 minutes long. And in here, we go through everything, like freaking everything. Like it's basically the whole YouTube playlist condensed into 2 hours. And we had a Q&A there. And I found the doodles that we did from that session, because I started off by I wanted to talk about why to get in, what to get in, blah, 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 blah. And we went off on so many different tangents. As you can see, all the little doodles that span out as a result of this. And so when I was looking at all these doodles, I was thinking, God damn, there's no way I'm going to be able to cover all of this in an hour. So I want to keep it really succinct. I want to basically show you exactly what you need to know. For example, my hairdresser came round to do my hair, and he was like, I want to get into crypto, yada yada yada, I'm not sure how to do it. And really, you can get into crypto and get clued up in a relatively short period of time. So that's what we're going to do. This is a massive crash course. So what was the syllabus today? The syllabus is why you need it. Okay, so in terms of why you need it, I'm not going to spend too much time on why. I think we all have an idea of why. Some people want to get in because it's a bit of a punt. Some people want to get in because they think it's a hedge against uncertainty. Some people want to get in because they think it's the future of finance and decentralized finance and everything. And whatever your opinion may be, you're probably right. I think most opinions are correct in some respect. But as I said over here, with this one, I always look at the biggest picture possible. Like, as I said, with everything I do, I imagine I'm an alien visiting Earth for the first time and just surveying everything. And an alien would be completely objective. They'd have no cognitive biases. They wouldn't have any of that sort of stuff that humans fall foul of. And so when you look at the monetary landscape, every country on the planet is printing their currency into oblivion. And I say printing because they're not actually printing stuff. And so the money in your pocket is like an ice cube. I say this pretty much every week. The money as in the pounds or dollars in your pocket, is an ice cube in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's losing value every single day. It's melting away. And so it would be ridiculously stupid to harbor your wealth in that monetary form. If something is being eroded away every single day, then the value of the money that you think you have is being eroded every single day. So it's it's absolutely futile harboring your wealth in the pound or the dollar. Now, this is a massively hard sort of topic to get your head around, and I don't expect that today. And therefore, you need to look at, in fact, yeah, you need to basically put your money, harbor your money in something which is deflating in terms of currency supply. So if you look at the currency supply for, I don't know, the dollar or the pound, it's doing this. It's going vertical. Remember, I'm only looking at supply. So when I talk about inflation or deflation, what I mean is supply, not price inflation or deflation. And so if the supply is doing that, the value is obviously doing this. So what you then need to do is try and find a currency. So if this is GBP or USD or or the US dollar, they're both doing the same thing, doesn't matter. What you then need to find is a currency or a form of money or something where either the currency supply is going down, or it's flat, or even it is going up, but not as fast as this exponential increase. If you find a currency or a form of storage, wealth storage, which has any of those characteristics, and therefore is, in comparison to the dollar or the pound, is deflationary or disinflationary, deflationary or inflationary, this is what you need to put your wealth in. So when you're looking at crypto, like, well, let's say Bitcoin, we got, you know, the dollar doing this in terms of supply, and what is the crypto? What is the Bitcoin's supply chart? It's actually like this. So we are here right now, and so the amount of crypto, the amount of Bitcoin being released from now until the year 2140 is absolutely minuscule, and therefore value can the price of Bitcoin will only go up. But again, I don't want to go too far into the why. There's loads of other reasons. Like, for example, I said, you know, there's roughly $260 trillion of wealth on the planet. If just 1% of that flows into crypto, it's going to balloon it bigger than you could even fathom. And also, it's a hedge against uncertainty. I mean, it's just a matter of time before massive companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, IBM start allocating chunks of their capital reserves into crypto, just like Tesla did. Tesla put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. That was only 6% of their strategic reserves. And so other companies will do the same. Now that JP Morgan and other banks are saying, yeah, it's probably wise to put 1% into crypto. So yeah, banks, billionaires, and also countries will be ploughing into Bitcoin. I mean, if I was North Korea or Iran, where I can't use the dollar payment network, I can't use SWIFT, and I can only transact in oil and gold and the rupee, etc., well, surely adopting Bitcoin is the easiest thing to bypass all the world bollocks out there. And it'll actually put you in a really good position, especially if you're like Venezuela or Argentina, where your currency is just always dying. So yeah, that's the why. So let's get into the next section. I'm trying to keep this as concise as possible because I will talk for England. What to get? Okay, so this is an interesting one. I get this question all the time. Oh, I've got $1,000. I want to put in crypto. What do I get? I've got $5,000. I've got $100,000. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter too much. So again, I'm gonna have to pull up my YouTube channel. I know you're gonna get sick to death of me doing this. So here's that playlist on the right hand side. If you go all the way to the bottom and look at this one, Siam's Kryptonian Portfolio, if you click that one, my entire crypto holdings and future plans. Wow, it's the only video I've got where I've got no dislikes. That's never happened before. In fact, after this session, there's probably going to be a dislike. But yeah, so this is what I go through. And long story short, I wouldn't focus too much. Like, people, they waste weeks trying to figure out what they're going to get. What the Kryptonian portfolio does is it takes the stress away from you. So if I can scroll all the way up here, come on, these are all my little doodles. I'm trying to find the shitcoin doodle. Come on. Unfortunately, I can't open two doodles at the same time. So, hit shitcoins. Here we go. So I'm gonna speed through that video, but basically, all I'm saying with the Kryptonian portfolio is I've basically got 50% of my portfolio in solid projects. And when I say solid projects, I mean, massive cryptos. So if you go to coinmarketcap.com, this basically orders cryptos by how much money is sloshing around in them. So Bitcoin's at the top. It's got $1 trillion of market cap, as in that's the amount of money sloshing around in that network. Then Ethereum is second, etc., etc. Now, when I say solid projects, I'm basically playing with coins in the top 20. That's what I mean by solid, because they're not going to disappear. Like if there was a company that was worth $400 billion, how likely is it to disappear overnight? Unlikely. Well, that's what Ethereum is, a $400 billion company in essence. So whatever you may feel is solid. Now, Smart Tracker has actually grown from 25% of my portfolio to a lot more. Now, what I've done with Smart Tracker is I've gone to Masari.io. Again, this is being all recorded. It will go on that playlist, so you can find this later. I just want to breeze through everything. And once you're on Masari.io, you can go to Screener. And then over here on the right where it says sectors, just click that to alphabetize it. So let's start with A. Now, you'll see that there's different sectors in crypto, just like with stocks. There's all sorts of different things. So, for example, so what Smart Tracker is you don't really care which sector does well. All you want to do is make sure that you're in every sector. So all I've done is I've gone, right, advertising. What's the biggest crypto in advertising? And I look at it by market cap. So here, basic attention token, $2 billion. Yeah, in, buy. AI, what's the biggest one here? It's FET, I believe. Yes, FET. And then app development, Hollow. Asset management, Yearn. Yep, I've got all that. So all I'm doing is I'm buying the top one or two coins in every single niche. And obviously you need to write them all down, and then you'll have a big old list to then go shopping. And what I've done, just because I like to keep track of stuff the simple way, I use TradingView just to look at all the charts. And here on the right hand side, just double checking that you're all actually seeing my screen, because I'm terrible at that. Oh man, here we go. Right. Okay, for those that were in the sorry, I'm gonna have to pause for a second. So sorry, folks. I'm just waiting for these people to jump in. Wait, he's joining. Yeah, come on, Jamie and Paul. Admit all. Yeah. Oh man. So for those that are in the waiting room, apologies. The reason why I've had to force a waiting room is because normally we get a whole bunch of trolls, and so if you have been sat in the waiting room for the last few minutes, etc., I'm terribly sorry. This is all being recorded, by the way. So, but yeah, basically on the right hand side over here, I've basically just put in a little watch list every single crypto that I have. And that way I can simply just scroll through this and just go and just have a little look at how things are going. So, and like yesterday I saw like EOS just went nuts. It just had a 30% day in yeah. So going back to that question of what exactly do I buy? Well, for me, I have a whole bunch of, the educated punts and the solid projects are pretty much together these days. I've got most of it, at least 40% of the portfolio in Smart Tracker. It started off as 25%, but those in the Smart Tracker just kept on growing. And remember, that Smart Tracker thing is literally picking, the top coin in every sector. So, for example, yesterday, privacy coins, or in the last week, privacy coins have done really well. And when I heard that, there's always news articles coming up. I was like, I've got that. And so the two privacy coins I've got are Monero, which is XMR. They've been doing well. Got in at 160. It's now 413. In fact, it's done very well. And Zcash, or Zcash as the Yanks say, Ken, in January, got in at 93. It's now 280. So they've done very well. And this will happen. So and also when I say educated punts, what I tend to do is look for imminent booming sectors. So at the moment, the imminent booming sectors would be DeFi, so decentralized finance, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and the app, the smart contract platform. So those three sectors are imminent boomers. And then privacy coins when, the world starts attacking physical cash, which will happen this year. If not this year, definitely next year. Because we're moving to a cashless society, and privacy coins will shoot to the moon. So so that's that. And then I have a little gambling pot where I may do some margin trading. I haven't done that yet. I really don't want to, actually. And then I buy some shit coins. Now, yeah. And what do I do with the shit coins? Pretty much the same thing. I just buy a random selection of stuff. And yes, Dogecoin is a shitcoin. So, so that's that. So, hopefully that covers the what do I get question. Now, some people may then say, "Well, Siam, I don't have that much money. It's all very well for you to spread all your coins across 50 odd different things, but I've only got a little bit of money, and I would like it. I don't want to buy 50 coins or whatever." And that's fine. I completely get the sentiment of where you're coming from. Whilst we're doing this, I'm just trying to declutter and get into... I've got too many browsers open here. So that's that one. Get rid of that. Yeah. I do get the sentiment behind that. I somewhat disagree-ish. I mean, if you look at this, I've got... 1, 2, 3, 4... I don't know. Let's just say 30 coins. So, in one argument is that you can go, right, okay, you've got $1,000 that you want to put into crypto. You just divide that by 30, and then you just put $33 into each one. Maybe, mind you, yeah, maybe not. The thing is, you're bleeding fees every time you buy each one, so you probably end up with, like £28 or dollars per thing. What I did with my wife, it's actually taken 4 years to get my wife into crypto, and we did it last week. And so what we actually did, I just got her into my solid plays, and the solid ones I've got going are Ether. So actually they're all the smart contract platform punts, because there's a massive fight to see who can win the smart contract sort of thing. So I got her into Ether, I got her into Cardano, ADA. As you can see, I've been buying Cardano incessantly. I started at 27 cents and I've been buying all the way up, and I got another chunk yesterday at 136, so that's now 163. Sweet. So I got her into so Ether, Cardano. I got her into Binance, which is just a beast. I got in I bought 175 Binance at $38, which is freaking insane. And it's now 640. So so Ether, Cardano, Binance, Polkadot, and Gas. So they're the ones I've got. And the reason I get Gas is actually because Gas is Neo. So it's like a dual token economy. But don't worry too much about that. This is a session for beginners. Don't worry about dual token economies. So I'm just trying to go through this little list and trying to keep it as simple as possible. So what to get? Follow the Kryptonian portfolio if you can. If you want to break it down into lower things, into like maybe 5 or 10, hell, copy what I put Ellie in. So that's that. In fact, whilst we go there, I need to get back to... As you can see, I'm leaning on this video that I did in 2020 because I got all of the doodles there. So last time when I said what exactly should I buy, in fact, this is probably worth talking about seesaws and stuff like this. So before I go any further, I'm going to quickly show you some of the models that I follow, okay? And I know this is supposed to be a very basic thing, but I just want to show you the main model. So stock to flow, a lot of people don't like stock to flow. I think it's mathematically sound and it's work to treat. But typically, so I use the other one, look into Bitcoin, they're all the same stuff. So with stock to flow, it's been really accurate over the years. Basically, we have a halving every 4 years, where basically the supply of Bitcoin drops in half every 10 minutes. Sorry. Let's rephrase that. With Bitcoin, when it started out in 2010 or 2009, 50 Bitcoin were released into the world every 10 minutes, and then we have a halving, and then what happens is that the amount released halves, so it goes down to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, etc. And it halves and halves and halves to the point where right now it's 6.25 Bitcoin per 10 minutes. So there's only 900 Bitcoin being released into the world every single day. And every 4 years that's going to halve. And so Bitcoin follows this pattern. And basically what we're seeing is that every single time the market gets into this yellowy green bit, we see a peak. So roughly sort of call it 800 to 900 days until the next halving, we see a peak. So we have these base levels. So this base level here is indicating that Bitcoin should be hovering around $100,000 over the next 3 years or so. And then the real money is the next bull cycle in 2025. In 2025, again, it will start again like we did here in January, or sort of really October, November in 2020. In sort of October, November 2024 is the rally's going to start again, and then we should be hitting $1 million Bitcoin by 2025 or more. So that's where the real money is. So really what you need to do is you need to use these bull markets to basically accumulate as much Bitcoin as you can. But I don't actually own any Bitcoin. Here's the crazy thing. I don't own any Bitcoin. And the reason being is, in a bull market, what tends to happen is this. If you go to CoinMarketCap, go to Bitcoin where it says dominance, it actually means market share. And as we can see here, during a bull market, Bitcoin rallies in terms of market share, and then eventually the alts, so altcoins, so basically anything not Bitcoin is called an alt. They then start, getting their running shoes on and start taking market share away from Bitcoin. And so in the 2017 one, Bitcoin was 86% market share, and then eventually dropped all the way down to like 33%. And then what's happening now is that Bitcoin started with a sort of a 60, 70, 69% market share and is now plummeting. And this is going down every single day. And this is likely to probably go down to maybe 20%. And so the alt market will basically be gobbling up that market share. So what I do, simply being a trader, this is where I started talking about seesaws, is I buy altcoins. In fact, I don't want to mess up this one too much. I'll get a Microsoft Paint. If, I don't know, let's say an altcoin is doing this, whereas Bitcoin is going up but doing not as much, you can basically get more money in a lot shorter period of time by going in an alt. And then eventually, when you want to exit, you can then flop over from your alt into Bitcoin. So, for example, one of the main reasons I want Ether, or that I have Ether, is for this. If we go to TradingView, oh man, too many browsers. Here we go. If you go back to TradingView, and if you look at the chart of Ether against Bitcoin, what I predicted back in sort of early 2021, I saw this compression. I said, look, what's going to happen is that Ether is going to gobble up market share against Bitcoin. And I said that Ether would rise all the way up to 0.1 in terms of ratio. So basically, the price of one Ether will be 1/10 of the price of Bitcoin. Well, guess what's happened? We broke out of this compression And that's exactly what's happening. Everyone laughed at me when I said this would happen, but look at it now. It's almost halfway up. And it will happen. So what I'll do is eventually I'll sell my Ether and plop over into Bitcoin. And so I just basically want to sort of accumulate as much Bitcoin worth. Now, this took a while to try and explain to Ellie because it is a weird concept. It is a weird concept to get your head around, but when you get it, it's going to be a massive eye opener. So that's that. Let's get back to this. Let's go back to the actual Facebook thing so I can stay on track. Okay, so how and where to get it? Right. So this is where I see people stumbling. Now, there are three, in my opinion, by the way, I think there are three places that you should play with. So, Kraken, Coinbase, Binance. So these are actually, these are basically crypto exchanges. So they're like eBay or Amazon, but for crypto. And they all have different fees, and at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit about the fees, because if you're like, I'm in crypto for the long run, and paying an extra £10 here or there, it doesn't matter. All I care about is user experience. Okay, now you can open up a corporate account if you have a company, so your company can buy crypto, which is great. But I'm just assuming most people here are here for personal reasons. So you can just open up a personal account with any of these things. Now, with Ellie, because we're getting her into crypto for the first time, we actually opened an account with all three of them as a bit of a split test. So we tried to open up a personal account for Ellie on all of these platforms just to see which is the easiest, because they've all been progressing over the years. And although I do most of my trading and buying stuff on Binance, I actually wanted that to be the simplest, but it isn't. For some reason, the automated, verifying her face didn't work. And so getting verified on Binance just took it was just a bit of a ball ache or a boob ache. Kraken, same sort of thing. And then what happened is that we were like, okay, let's try Coinbase. And Coinbase was effortless. Literally within 5 minutes, we had set up her account. She had obviously had to, put her driving license, hold up a picture of her driving license for verification, etc. But literally within 5 minutes, we were up and running. And then we pinged, £5,000 from her bank account to Coinbase. And that money was in there within 20 seconds. Literally, within 20 seconds, she got a notification saying, hey, money's ready to trade. Well, ooh, interesting. And then we started buying all of her stuff on Coinbase. And after that, I opened up a new Coinbase account just to double check and guess what? It's absolutely simple. The fees are atrocious, by the way. So £5,000 of Ellie's money ended up as £4,800 after fees and stuff like that. Bit of a rip-off. But I would persevere with Binance, by the way. Binance has everything. Binance is like the Amazon of crypto. So if you can get that all hooked up to your bank account, great. Do that. So that's where to get it. Now can I show you? Now they're all pretty much the same. So I've got a bunch of different accounts. I'm taking a bit of a risk here, by the way, because I am. Oh yeah. So here's one other thing. We tried to send money from her Nationwide bank to Binance, and Nationwide rejected it. They kept saying we're trying to send it to a scam thingy, which is quite but there were no objections with Coinbase, and I think because Coinbase is now like it's a proper listed company, etc. I think they're getting the UI is just really easy. So, but it really doesn't matter. I use Coinbase. I use all of them, but most of the time for Binance. So I will try. In fact, what I'll do, I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. I'm taking a risk for teaching purposes, and I'm going to show you the user interfaces between Kraken, Binance, and Coinbase. And the risk here is that by doing so, I'll be sort of showing some of my portfolio, as in how much I've got in it. But so this is the Coinbase one. There's actually nothing in here, so this is all right. But this is what it looks like. You can get the Coinbase app, still pretty straightforward. If you put some money in fact, I'm going to do it right now. I've got my phone here. Can you still see my phone, my face? Yeah, in fact, it doesn't matter. I'm going to open up my Barclays account, online banking, and I'll show you how easy this is. So obviously I've registered, I've done all the verification, yada yada yada, and I'm just going to pop, I don't know, let's put $3,000 in. So let's pay account to Coinbase, enter amount $3,000. I've already got the reference in there. So review payment, confirm, done. It will literally take seconds. Let's just wait. In a minute, I'm bound to get a notification. Let's just refresh this. Nothing yet. Here we go. No, my luck, it's not going to work now. Every time I've done this, it's taken literally seconds. So let's see. Just going to refresh it. There we go. Okay, we'll come back to this. Evidently, it's not taking 30 seconds, 20 seconds, like normal. Okay, it'll come. I'm pretty sure it'll come through during this session. Anyway, one last check, and then I'll show you Kraken. Because what I'll do is I'll actually buy some stuff, and you can see me, what I do. So then we have Kraken. So it's the same stuff, really. So Kraken is a bit. What you'll find is that most browsers they'll have something that says wallet or portfolio, and then you can buy and sell stuff. Now, so Coinbase, they've made it really simple for people that don't understand trading, because it's simply buy sell stuff. But with Kraken and Binance, it's a little bit different. So with here, and they also obfuscate your holdings a little bit, because you can do some staking where you basically get some dividends, essentially. And so your staking balance is different to what's in your actual account. So if we then go to funding, or just home, you'll see that basically it'll show you all the different things that you're in, etc. But when you go to trade, you're always trading two things against each other. So like if you want to buy Bitcoin, people think, oh yeah, I'm just going to go and buy Bitcoin. Fine. But whenever you're buying something, you have to, what are you buying it with? Are you buying it with GBP, USD? Are you buying it with, freaking rupees? And so there's always a pairing. So it would be like Bitcoin, GBP. So for example, if in Kraken you wanted to buy something, as you can see, you have to choose. So I always click intermediate, and then, am I buying it? Let's say Bitcoin, can I find GBP? Come on, GBP. I'll just click the GBP. Yeah, here, Bitcoin GBP. And then you have to click that one. How much Bitcoin you want to buy, or how much we could do. Right, I only want to buy $2,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then it will populate how much that is. So it's a little bit more fiddly, and Binance is exactly the same. So let's just quickly double check this. Where's my money? There we go. What did I say? That was pretty fast, by the way. Not as fast as it was the other day. But yeah, so $3,000 just popped into Coinbase. So this is how simple it is. Let's say, what am I going to buy? I would like to buy more. Ooh. I'm going to buy something, on here, which, yeah, screw it. I'm going to buy more Aave. So Aave is on here. Just want to double check. I don't want to just get it in any silly price. Stand by. It's in a bit of a pullback, yeah, tiny bit. I got in Aave originally at $122, so it's gone up a fair amount. Yeah, I'll buy Aave. So all I'm going to do is I'm simply going to click Aave, buy Aave. How much do I want to buy? Buy up to $3,000, so I'm just going to put 3,000. Preview buy. I'm going to get that much Aave. Buy now. Done. So if I go to my portfolio, I've got no pounds anymore, but I've got 2,940. Okay, so the fees are a lot better this time round for Aave. So yeah, I've got some Aave. Now, yeah, pretty simple. Now, what I'm now going to show you is how to ping things to different exchanges or to different wallets. So this is where it gets. So by the way, in fact, let's talk about storage first before we get into that. Right. So coin. Okay. So I'm trying to stick to this. So how I've just showed you how I simply bank transfer into an exchange and buy whatever I want. Where to store it. So now this is really an interesting topic. So the storage thing is a very contested one. So let's imagine how can you do that? Yeah, okay. So we have the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet. Okay, so these are terms that you'll probably hear: hot wallets and cold wallets. Now, a hot wallet is basically something which is really convenient. And it's typically stored online or in like an online wallet of some sort, or even on an exchange. So typically it's it's like an online sort of browser thing. So for to keep things simple, by the way, I could really go into depth here and I don't want to. Let's just say an exchange, okay? So it's just convenient. So it's convenient, less safe. So the way I imagine it is, imagine you're in downtown Somalia and you're in the market and someone's selling diamonds. So you go and buy 10 grand's worth of diamonds. Now, because it's in a busy marketplace, everyone in that market or in the general vicinity has seen you hand over 10 grand in cash, and then someone's given you 10 grand's worth of diamonds in your hand, and they've seen you put it in your purse or in your back pocket, etc. Now, imagine you just go walking around the town with those diamonds in your back pocket. It's very convenient. You can get your diamonds out whenever you wish, but it's not very safe. Someone could pickpocket you. Someone could mug you. Someone could hold you at gunpoint, take your money, and then run away. So the safer thing to do is to buy it, run home as fast as possible, and then put it in your safe, in your cellar. And the safe is connected to the wall. It's in a secret compartment in a room. And I know in the cellar you've probably got another safe, which is your show safe, just in case people hold you, you're under duress, whatever. So that would be like how to really secure your diamonds. However, if you want to go and sell your diamonds, it's a bit of a chore. You'd have to go home, go down to the cellar, open up the secret compartment, open up the safe, get the diamonds, go back to the market. It's a freaking chore. But so convenience over. Ooh, where's my pen gone? So convenience is sort of less, but it's safer, if that makes sense. Now the thing with like buying crypto is a bit like gold and silver. Like there's a saying that if you can't hold it, you don't own it. I've been saying that for years. And so you can buy gold and silver where someone else stores it for you. But guess what happens if you Google MF Global, world's biggest bullion bank, went bust. Everyone lost their gold. If you can't hold it, you don't own it. Now, in a hot wallet, typically, let's say just an exchange, you don't technically own it, because when you buy a crypto, you have a thing called your public address and your private key. Now, if you don't have the private key, you don't own it. Now, the equivalent of so the public address is like your sort plus account number. Sort code and account number. So your public address basically shows you where the account is, just like your sort code and account number. It tells you what bank and address and what your account is. And your private key is basically the same as your PIN. Now, anyone can have your sort and account, but unless they have their PIN, your PIN, they can't get into it. Well, the thing is, if you store stuff on an exchange, you don't have the private key. The exchange does. It can go bust. It can get hacked. The directors could just run away into the sunset and you're screwed. Pretty much every exchange on the planet has been hacked. And so you're always playing with the... Ooh, there's internet issues here. So sorry, folks. Let's change adapter settings. I'm on Starlink. Starlink does cut out every now and then. It's only in beta phase. Can you all hear me? I'm just checking the Zoom chat box. Yes, cheers, mate. Bijan. Right, got that as back.
Yes.
Nice one. Right. So in terms of storage, this is the reason it's so contested. Is because there's the die-hard cryptoer will be like, oh my god, how dare you even think of holding stuff on an exchange or yada yada yada. But then you have to consider you. You are the variable here. And if you're like me and you are absolutely dreadful at remembering passwords, where you keep things, etc., cold wallets could actually be more detrimental. So, for example, in 2017, I opened up a whole bunch of different accounts, had a whole bunch of different wallets, and every crypto has its own official wallet. I ended up having like 50 different wallets for all my different crypto, and I really struggled keeping control of it all. And I think, looking back at it all, I've probably lost £20,000 worth of crypto just because I've lost the passwords. Not only have I lost the passwords, I've lost the public addresses. Like, I have no idea where they are. And they're on another computer, some of the wallets. And it's just, yeah. So I've lost out on a fair chunk of money just by trying to protect it myself. So you have the seesaw of you storing it or an exchange. There is the risk. So you're running risk with on both sides, wherever you store it. So a big part of me at the moment is now like, well, the exchange, Coinbase, massive companies, unlikely to go bust, yada yada yada. Anyone can be hacked. But part of me is really thinking, yeah, the exchange is probably going to be looking after my crypto a lot better than I am. I've got some crypto wallets on my phones, etc. But yeah, if you want to do things properly, store it in a cold wallet. Today is not the session for how to actually do that in particular. Again, go to my crypto playlist. It's all there. So yeah, at the moment I've actually got all mine on, most of mine on the exchanges. But yeah, Bijan, you're correct there. The richer Coinbase and Binance get, the more money they'll spend on security. Yeah, that is true. So, right, so that's where to store it. Let's get back to the Facebook questions. Binance, what was it? Oh yeah, so what I was going to do is show you the mechanics of sending stuff, okay? Because this is where I think people get confused. Like, by the way, if you've got this far so far, where you've put money into Coinbase, you've bought something, and it's sat in your Coinbase account, for most people, for like 99% of people, that's all you really need to do. But if you want to end up sending it somewhere, you then have to get used to addresses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my Aave to my Binance account now, okay? Just so you can see the mechanics. So I'm just going to drag in my Binance here. So first of all, you need to find out your Aave address or on Binance or wherever you're going to send it. So I'm going to go to my wallet, and then I'm going to find Aave when the internet hurries up. So annoyingly, I have got a chunky amount on Binance at the moment. So, oops, sorry, actually, so Binance here, by the way, has a whole bunch of different wallets, okay? Bit like Kraken does with its staking thing, but Binance, you have a spot wallet, so it's where the stuff that's just sat in, just like Coinbase is doing. But you have, margin wallets, futures wallets, earn wallets. So, if you want to lock stuff up and get dividends, I say that they're not actual dividends. It's called staking, but yeah, if you want to get dividends, you have a wallet there. So as you can see, most of my crypto is locked up, making anywhere between 10-20% a year, which is nice. But yeah, so you go to your spot account and then find Aave. So I don't have much Aave here at the moment. I've only got $5,500, but it's going to be topped up now. I did have a lot more, but I then reallocated it to other stuff. So I'm going to deposit into my Aave account. And here we go. So this is the address. So all I'm going to do is copy that. And then I'm going to go back to Coinbase. And I'm going to withdraw it. So I'm going to click on Aave. And then I'm going to send, receive. And the address, I'm going to Control V. So I've already copied it. I'm now pasting it, and for the message, I'm just going to say Binance Aave, yeah, and then send all. Yeah, so I'm going to send all the Aave that I've just bought. Done. You are sending this much. There's going to be some sort of network fees, so it's going to cost that much Aave to send it. So I'm sending, so I've lost about £7 in that. Estimated less than 10 minutes. Send now. 2-step verification. Coinbase is sending me. Here's the other thing. You need to, if you end up with chunky amounts, let's say, 5 years down the road, you've got millions, you need to sort out your 2FA. Having 2FA on your mobile phone, as in two-factor authentication, is not the safest thing, because if someone really did want to hack you, all they'd need to do is access your emails, clone your phone, you've lost everything. So, yeah. But yeah, as you can see, my account has been drained, and this will end up in my Binance account, and I'll probably, in fact, I will get a notification when that comes through on Binance. So I'll keep my eyes on that, and then we'll see that when it gets over to Binance. So that's that bit. How and when to sell it? Okay, so if you want to sell it, I've just got rid of it from Coinbase. All I would need to do is basically, go to your portfolio. Let's say I had Aave. Obviously, I don't have anything in here. You simply press sell. You would have Aave there. Sell to GBP. And then once you're in GBP, you can then just withdraw all your money back into your bank account. Simple as that. That's how you sell. You simply just, So on if I go to my spot account on Binance, I don't actually have any fiat here at the moment. What do I have? Do I have euros? I probably have some. No. Do I have any USD? I got nothing. What about GBP? No, I've got nothing. What about on Kraken? Do I have any? I just want to show you. Yeah, I've got nothing on Kraken or Coinbase. Okay, but all I would do, let's say I had euros, pound sterling on my Kraken, I'd simply go to withdraw, select method, chaps or whatever, fast payment service. I'd select my RT Santa. So this is my corporate account. So that's my bank account that's already connected to it. I'd put however much I want and then send. Done. The money's back in your bank account. It'll probably take a few days. So that's really how simple it is when you get the hang of this. And as time progresses, the UI will get better. The user interface across everything will get better. So that's that. Someone was... Basically, I do these things called side steps. And a sidestep, when I do a sidestep, you basically get more coins or tokens without injecting more money. So I'll show you an example of this. So if we go to Filecoin, which is what I've done a whole bunch of these on, Oh, the writing. Let's move the writing out of the way. So if we go down here, I bought $1,600 worth of Filecoin right down here at $21. Let's just double check the maths. $21 times, wait, sorry, $1,600, divide that by 21. Yeah, that's correct. Because I ended up with 76 Filecoins. And so that was all pretty good. Filecoin then went from $21 all the way up to crazy stuff, and then here, as you can see on this big old bar, like in this one day, it went from $64 all the way up to 96, and I got out a bit late. And so whenever I see massively overextended bars like this, I tend to sell, and I do a bit of a sidestep. So I sold a bit late in hindsight. So I sold at $88. So basically my 76 Filecoins times 88. I was then sat, if I get my pen out here. Ugh. It's not easy to draw on TradingView. Yeah, so my $1,600 had now turned into 6688. So I'm now sat in dollars. And what I then do is aim for a re-entry point somewhere sort of half, 50% of the candle. So if the candle is like from up here to down here, 50% is roughly 80. So let's put it, somewhere around here. Whoopsie. Let's close that. And so that's what I did. And what happened is I then got filled somewhere around here. I don't know. I can't remember the price. I texted out to my students. And then, so what happened is I then ended up buying 60, more Filecoins, but with the same amount of money. And I ended up with 87.5 Filecoins. In fact, we can do the maths. 87.5, that means I got in at $76. Yeah. So looking at that, I must have put an entry buy order down at $76. The very next day, it smashed all the way down into $76. I ended up with 87.5 Filecoins. So just by doing that little sidestep and then getting back in on a pullback, I ended up with 15% more coins. So I got an extra 11.5 coins. And then guess what? I did it again. Look at this massive bar. Woo! I saw that and I sold right at the top here at $195-ish. And then I got back in at 170, roughly 50% of that bar. Boom. It got filled the next, 2 days later. Now, although it's still slightly below that, what I actually then turned my 87.5 Filecoins into 98.83. So that was an extra. So basically, I turned 76 into 98. So what is that as a percentage? So 98.83 minus 76, divide that by 76 times 100. So by doing these little side steps, I'd increase my Filecoin holdings by 30% without injecting any more money. So that's what I do. I wouldn't recommend it for most people. It's just that I'm a trader. I've been trading for 16 years. This is easy for me. But I will show you the flip side. It doesn't always work. It works when I do it, probably 70% of the time, but there are the few occasions where it doesn't work. So Engine Coin is one that really stabbed me in the back. I got into Engine Coin down at 16 cents, and it rallied hard. And guess what? I was like, God damn. Here we go. I saw a massive candle, like I always do. I exited at 130. So I was quite happy with myself at the time, and then subsequently pissed off. So $1,600 I bought originally. Divide that by 0.17. So I bought something like 9,400 Filecoins, and then I sold all of that for $1.30. So I turned $1,600 into $12,235. Pretty happy with myself. I then thought it would fall back down to sort of 103-ish. I put an entry buy order down at 103, and guess what? It pulled all the way back down, but to 107. I went, bye Siam. And then just dicked off without me, all the way up to $4. So sometimes it doesn't work, but you've got to be careful. Don't be too greedy. I think I was a little bit too greedy on that one. So yeah. So that's just a side step. That's do that. And in terms of how to stay on top of crypto research with only 10 minutes a week, the thing is, I have a thing called being a crypto dog. Do not be a crypto dog. And what does a dog do? Like, there's that old saying, dogs like chasing cars, and then when it eventually gets to the car, it doesn't know what to do with it. And that's what most people are. They are spending hours every day just staring, just Googling news announcements, yada, yada, yada. And the thing is, you don't need to really care. I don't. I really don't care what's going on. What you'll see is that every day you'll come across a brand new crypto that is going to change the world. It's the Bitcoin killer, the Ethereum killer. It's going to do this, it's going to do that. Well, of course they're going to say that. Like, every crypto will be saying that. And like 99% of them do nothing. So when I say how to stay on top of crypto research with only 10 minutes a week, what I do is on my phone, I have Android, and on my, when I click, I've got this Google News feed, etc. So I've basically told Google to only serve me stuff that I'm interested in. Things like Elon Musk, Tesla, Starlink, Starship, SpaceX, crypto, stuff like that. So these news feeds are things that only I'm interested in. And every now and then, a news thing will come up. Like here, Ethereum yet to take off, is on track to 5,000. So this is actually when I see news ads, like news articles on here, I know that things are going mainstream. And sometimes it's an indicator for me to sell whatever that coin is, because the public are going to come rushing in. But at the end of the day, like, maybe once a month, go to Masari.io. Remember how I did that at the beginning? And then just check, are there any other coins in that sector that you want to get into? Like, I do zero crypto research anymore. Whereas in 2017, I spent 8 hours a day doing it. It's just an utter waste of time. Utter waste of time. So that's that. Now I have got so one of my students has asked for me to go through some of these. Oh, in fact, before I do that, hopefully my Aave's come through. So let's go to my Binance spot account and go down to Aave. Boom. Here we go. It's arrived. So that extra Aave is now in this account. And again, if I wanted to, I could just withdraw it. I could simply, just send it wherever I want. So as you can see here, where is the date? What was the date today? No, that's withdrawal history, so deposit. Sorry, if I clicked on deposit, there we go. 8.77 Aave landed in the account today. So that's how you ping stuff around. It will get easier. Oh yeah, you can buy with credit cards on Binance, but there's a very low limit. You can't really buy that much with it. Every time I check, it's something like a couple $100. It's not much. Oh no. So if I go to GBP, let's check this again. So GBP, pound sterling. Okay, so they've increased it up to $4,300 pounds. That's handy. So yeah, you can go straight to Binance if you want. So that's that. Right, let's go through some of the questions. So these questions have priority first. How safe is it to use a mobile app rather than through a web page? I just go back to the same thing that, like, if someone wants to hack you, they're going to hack you, no matter whether you're on a web page or on your mobile. So this is why I'm running a massive risk, because the number one rule of crypto is tell no one that you own it. Like, don't let anyone know. So I'm about to be very secure with my crypto, but yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Someone can easily compromise your phone, and someone can easily compromise your web browser. So as I said, if a hacker targets you, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. Do you personally use mobile apps for trading? No, I don't. E.g. Bitcoin or Kraken? No, I don't. Not at all. I always log on to the thingy. I've got the Binance app on my phone because I just like keeping track of stuff, but I don't really use it to trade. In fact, I don't trade really. I just I just use it just to see how things are going. When adding a bank account to an exchange, does that compromise your bank security? No, it doesn't. when sending, and I think the only thing you're doing is giving them the sort code and account number. So no. When sending crypto to a paper wallet, do you use the same wallet or generate a new one each time? I generate a new one each time. Unless, actually no. What I do is I create a new paper wallet per coin. So like I'll have, let's say, an Ethereum paper wallet, and then any Ethereum I'll send it to that wallet because I know it's, I'm using, I've already set it up. Now here's the thing, the term paper wallet is probably going to confuse a bunch of people. So if we go back to my squiggles where I talk about, your public key, private key, etc. Remember, it's just like crypto is just like having a bank account with a PIN. That's all you need to remember. Now, I'm just going to stop sharing so you can see my face. Here we go. So the thing to imagine is that your wallet or your crypto. Let's say you buy some Bitcoin. It's everywhere and nowhere. It's in the internet. Okay, there is no physical place of that Bitcoin. It's in the cloud. Now, when you buy some Bitcoin, there's that goes down on the ledger saying Siam kid bought Bitcoin, blah, at this price, this whatever, and you will have like so let's say you bought it on Coinbase and then you want to extract it to your paper wallet. Now, what happened? How easy way to explain this without going into in depth? All you really need is the public key and the private key. That is the only things you need to do. So I can figure out what I can basically write down on paper, literally, the public key, the private key, and that's that. That's all I need. I could go anywhere in the world. As long as I've got the public key and the private key, I can access that Bitcoin as long as I have that private key. And you can do whatever you want. You could, I wouldn't necessarily print it out because then it's in your printer, but yeah, you could, basically write it out. You could then make copies of it. You can, put it in cement if you want. Like, that's all you need, the private key and the public key, and you've got access to it anywhere in the world. So that's that. The next question is also, if you draw, he then went on to say, I assume it's best to spread large amounts over several wallets. Not that I have large amounts yet. Not necessarily. Like when you look at all the whales, they don't do that. You see some huge wallets with huge amounts of stuff in it. I think if you've sorted out the security of that wallet and you know that it's solid, then you can use it. But obviously, splitting it up doesn't hurt. Next question. Also, if you want to draw money out of a wallet, is it safe to put back into that wallet later or always generate new? Yeah, I've used the same wallet for years. How does the system know where your money is or when it is received when you generate it offline? That's a good question. Basically, there's ways that you can send money. So you can have an air-gapped laptop if you want. So what an air-gap means is the laptop has never ever accessed the internet. And what you can do is you can generate like a transaction, an order offline on the air-gapped computer. You can then put it into a USB stick, take that USB stick, put it onto a computer that is connected to the internet, and then you basically upload that script thing, and then it sends it. Then the network will execute that script. So that's how you operate from an air-gapped computer. And so it's just. So this is a bit of an advanced question, this actually. So how does the system... it's because you're uploading that script and then it just does the transaction as though you're connected to the internet. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you send one type of crypto to the wrong type of wallet, do you lose it? Yes, you do. E.g., send your Bitcoin to an Ether wallet, you will lose it. I've seen that my Ether wallet accepts many forms of cryptocurrency, but just want to be careful it's possible. Yeah, in 2016, I sent 15 Bitcoin to the wrong address and it's lost forever. 15 Bitcoin. Every time I calculate that, it's just nuts. So 15, what was the price? Like $57,000. That's an $855,000 mistake I did. sending freaking 15 Bitcoin to the wrong place. So be careful. And finally, just out of interest, one of the first bits of advice you give is tell nobody that you own or trade crypto for fear of being targeted. Obviously, I would expect you to be concerned that by putting your name out there, it makes you much more of a target for a hacker. But what was it that made you decide it was worth it to help others? I'm just a teacher. We are all servants in some form or another. If you're a business owner, you are a servant to your clients, and therefore it's your duty to then serve your clients. My duty to my clients is that I need to teach, and you can't, and also you need transparency. There's so many pretender fake experts out there these days. It's ridiculous. Like, I've seen on my Facebook feed so many people that have got into crypto for a year and they're now teaching advanced crypto secrets, etc. And I'm like, God damn it, this is just bullshit. You learn, and then people end up learning bad things from bad people, and they end up getting screwed. So, yeah, that's just me. Right, let's look at the Zoom questions now. I know this has been like an hour, but hopefully this has been helpful. This is all just a massive sort of breeze through. I must overemphasize that if you wanted to really get into the nitty-gritty of the how, when, what, why, where, I'm just going to show you again. Type Siam Kid into YouTube, find my channel, go to playlists, and then find the free crypto basics video course. And here there's 60 plus videos, and all the recent ones are at the bottom. And the recording of this session will be at the bottom of this one here as well. But just go to scroll up a bit. Where the hell has it gone? Oh yeah, Guide to Investing in Cryptos in 2020 and Beyond. I've flitted all over the place here today because I wanted to have a bit of a crash course. But yeah, watch that. Now, I want to readdress one of the questions of where, so I showed you how to sell, but I haven't showed you when to sell. And this is again a hot topic. Not everyone will agree with me, but all I can show you is what I am personally looking at. So, first of all, I've already showed you stock to flow. So, this is one of the indicators I use. This stock to flow thing. I'll put it in the Zoom chat box. Here we go. Sent. So yeah, one thing we do know is that the market will typically always overshoots this baseline. This baseline is $100,000, and I think we're going to get a lot higher. So when it starts getting into sort of the light greeny zone, we're getting near a peak. So I mean, look at the last rally. It got into the yellow phase over here, and then had a couple of wobbles, and then blasted off. And when you look at the wall, the tsunami of cash that's ploughing in from the institutions, as in Wall Street, banks, billionaires, and also governments, it's crazy. Lots of money flowing into teeny weeny doors. So this is one thing. So yeah, I would say we're halfway through. Or maybe 3/5 of the way through this market. So when looking at this, normally you'll see that it peaks in December. So Bitcoin tends to peak in December, altcoins peak in January. So the last time it peaked on the 16th of December 2017, previous one to that was the 14th of December, previous one to that was actually June, but this is when it just first launched. It was nothing there. So yeah, December is probably where Bitcoin will probably peak. So that's that one. The other thing I look at is, if there's a cool thing here. Guy called Willy Woo made this. I'll put this link in the chat box in Zoom as well. So if you look at this bottom, I'm not going to go into this, but all I'm going to say is that the bottom line of this thing has basically caught the support or caught the lows. So every major low, this bottom purple line has got it. So for example, hit the low down here, here, and here. And so as time progresses, this support also grows. So right now we're seeing it's basically $10,000. So if we were to have a calamitous crash, It's most likely not going to plow below $10,000. But on the flip side, look at the upper band. The upper band has nailed this. The upper band has caught every single high since since the 2013. This one, this one, this one. And so when you look at this high right now, if I can zoom in, can I zoom in? And hover my mouse over it. This line is sat at $138,000. So it's basically saying, yeah, and it's increasing. Pretty much every week it increases a little bit. So when you then look at the stock to flow and you see that it always overshoots the baseline, and I think this, we'll probably hit $150,000 Bitcoin by December. So is it the end of the market, of the rally yet? No. Am I selling anytime soon? No, I'm buying more. I've got a lot more money to put in. I'm just waiting for it to. Oh yeah, here's a top tip. I sent personal money to a corporate crypto account a month ago, and then it raised all sorts of alarms because I'm sending personal money to a company crypto account, and then and it was just honest error, and they're like, oh no, and it went through anti-money laundering checks, counter-terrorism checks, etc. And for a month they've been saying, oh yeah, we'll send your money back. I haven't got it back yet. So my money has been held hostage by Kraken. So don't send, if you've connected your bank account to an exchange, don't then go and send money from a different bank account into that exchange. You'll be pinged for AML, anti-money laundering checks. So that's that. And the other thing I look at, which I know my students will probably get sick to death of this, is the logarithmic regression band. So this is why I don't really need to stay, on top of research. I just look at these three models, and they all actually say the same thing, pretty much. So basically, I'm looking at Bitcoin USD on the Bitstamp one. I then put it to the weekly chart. I then right-click on the chart and put it into a logarithmic chart. I then go to indicators. I type in logger. I then go down, click the Sean Nance logarithmic growth curve. Click this, zoom out. Here we go. Same sort of pictures. These lines, vertical lines, are the halvings. But long story short, we're not in the red zone yet. So the blue zone is the accumulation zone. Red zone is sort of overbought sort of zone. We're not in the red zone yet. And from a trading point of view, this is actually looking very much like a bullish rectangle. So we should be exploding up into sort of $86,000, imminently, over the next few months. I would say, by the end of summer, most likely. And so, when we get into the red zone, then, I'm going to be pretty cautious. And what we're seeing is that every rally takes longer to hit their target. So the first rally took a year to peak. The second rally took 73 weeks. No, was this one? So, sorry. The first one took a year to hit for its rally, hit its peak. The second one took 511 days to hit its peak. And I think this one it will probably go on a little bit longer, simply because the amount of money that's ploughing in from Wall Street. These are the three models I use, basically. So let's go back to this. And I think I've covered pretty much everything. Let's go through the chat box now. Chat box, zoom. Adam, does the cost of fees per transaction affect smaller amounts invested? It's all relative. Yeah, it's all relative. So, Adam, thanks, Siam. How would you go about working out the cost of transactions up front to find a sweet spot of how much to invest? I wouldn't bother. I literally wouldn't. Some would say I am irresponsibly long right now. Basically, every spare penny of my spare capital is going into crypto right now. Every spare penny I can generate is going into crypto, simply because every 4 years we have a massive crypto has a rally, and we're in this, and it's unlikely to end until December, January time. So I'm ploughing everything into it. So I don't give a shit about the fees. Especially when crypto, look at the potential returns. I'm personally expecting a good 3 to 5x growth from now until January. So what if you're paying an extra £5? It makes, if you're too much worried about fees, then maybe crypto is not for you. Sam, I'm not sure about, as I'm a newbie as well. Generally it's 1%, but anything on the Ether network can be higher. Avoid the likes of Uniswap for unusual coins, as it's ridiculous. Yeah, if you're buying shit coins, you get and anything you're buying on the Ethereum platform is really expensive at the moment with fees because of what's going on with Ethereum. God, my voice is crackling up here. Jamie said main coins should be available on Binance, and I think it's a 0.1% fee, maybe. So all relative. Jamie, did you bank transfer to Coinbase? Yes, I did. Alex, I couldn't open an account in Coinbase. It was blocked without even going further, and the support don't even respond to my messages. I wonder why. Don't know. Some people have random flags on their personal bank accounts which you can't see, and they're not in your credit reports. And so that's probably it. They think you're a drug dealer. I've had it with myself in the past, so I wouldn't worry. Just open up an account with Kraken, or even better, Binance. Just try and get Binance working. That's all you really need. Anita said fees are much better if transfer from Coinbase to Coinbase Pro. Yes, true. But today I just really wanted to keep it simple. And you saw how simple that was. I literally sent £3,000 to Coinbase and I bought some Aave like that. It can't be any easier. Adam, do your future self a favour, use my own tagline there, and buy 3k of Ripple instead. Nah, not happening. Didn't Binance refund the people who got hacked? I'm not sure. Don't think so. Are there fees to pay when moving crypto from exchanges? Yeah, so every time you move crypto, there will be a teeny weeny amount of fees that you have to pay, unless it's on the Ethereum network, in which case you may as well bend over. But typically they're insignificant, the fees. So as you saw with when I moved the Aave fee, that was that was quite large actually. It cost me £7 to send that Aave from Coinbase to Kraken. But as a percentage, what was that? So £7, divide that by, what was it, £3,000 roughly, times 100. Yeah, 0.23% in terms of fees on that one. But that's quite expensive. Normally it's a lot cheaper. Asif, would you consider having a crypto-only trading group as you had previously? For those who don't do other types of trading, can then follow your signals? Nope. I get so many people suggesting that, and no. The Realistic Trader was created in 2013 to teach trading, the core skill of trading. And what happens is when you open up a crypto-only group, you attract all of the wrong people. And what tends to happen is they'll be very active during the bull market, and then the moment the bear market happens, they all disappear. Or they all go very negative, and they all start being blamey of everyone. So yeah, it's better to learn how to trade properly, and then you can trade anything. So nah, I'm not going to dilute my crypto community again. So I just want people to learn the proper stuff. Gurinda, hi Siam, I'm starting with zero knowledge here, have invested in stocks over the years, had thought I'd missed out doing well of crypto. Would you say that's false? Yeah, it's false. There's still probably a good 6 months left of crypto rallies to be had. I'm personally trying to put another 6 figures of sterling into cryptos. So just waiting for freaking money to land. Still a good time to start and create some solid wealth? Yes. Remember, so here's another thing. Crypto is not going to make you a multi-millionaire. I'm going to tell you that now. Crypto will not make you a billionaire. And that's what a lot of people try and treat it. Like they want to put their life savings on a random shitcoin. Don't do it. Just don't do it. The other day I was actually toying with putting $25,000 into a random shitcoin, but when I was looking around it, I just couldn't pull the trigger. And in the end, I only bought $2,000 worth of Safe Moon. And for that, I got 417 million tokens, which is just ridiculous. Just don't do it. What crypto will do is basically accelerate your normal investing by 10, if you get in now, by 30 to 50 years. That's the way you need to look at crypto. It's simply a time machine for your normal investing. So let's say you take a typical good investor that makes 10% per year. Well, how long is that, ignoring compounding interest because that makes things complicated for my simple maths. If a randomly okay investor were to make, say, 500%, how long would that take? Well, you do 500%, divide that by 10. It's going to take that person 50 years to make 500% ROI. Well, what's crypto done for me recently? It's turned my whole account up like 500, 600%. So since January, I've made 50, 60 years worth of investing. But let's say you're starting from scratch today. And let's say you put things in really bog standard crypto. I know, Bitcoin. In fact, let's just say not Bitcoin. Let's say you put it in a basket of solid coins. And let's say you do average and you make 300%. So it goes up by 3x. Well, what is that? You do 300% divided by 10. You've just accelerated yourself 30 years in your investing journey. That's what crypto does. It's a freaking time machine for your investing. But it's not. So it's simply going to amplify whatever you put into it. Or the opposite of amplify, shrink, disappear, depending how secure you are. If you put it in a shitcoin, it could very much go to zero. Whereas Bitcoin's not going to zero, Ethereum's not going to zero. Please don't confuse volatility and risk. They're not the same thing. Yes, crypto is volatile, not risky. Mike Freeman, where can I see the Kryptonian portfolio? Is it for RT users only, or is it on the WAP? Well, the video that shows you how I did it is on YouTube in that playlist. The RT users see my Kryptonian portfolio. In fact, I've got nothing to hide. I'll just share it. One sec. I'll show you. As I said, I've got nothing to hide. Let's move over and let's get back to a normal looking chart. Let's get rid of these indicators. Yeah, basically everything I have is in this little watch list. So, yeah. And what I do just so I know where I got in, etc. Like if we take gas, for example, here's the chart. When I buy in, every time I buy something, I just draw a little arrow. Oh, that's supposed to be an arrow. But yeah, I just buy an arrow of where I got in, just so I can see. I mean, there's loads of portfolio trackers out there, but I just try and keep things simple. So if I want to see where I got into GERT, which is the graph, look at this. I got in down here at 27 cents. And right now, it's still on the weekly chart. That's why it looks weird. And now $1.58. So yeah, it's all great. And so I just that's all I do. We've got Icon, got in down here in January, 58 cents. It's now $2.40. Like most of the coins I've put in have like 10x'd or more. So yeah, that's what I do. And then if you look at the more recent ones, like I don't know, Cream USD. This is a bit of a shit coin. Still just underwater there. True, that's pretty much flat. Solana, I need more of Solana. I freaking love Solana. $25, it's now $45. Yeah, there's all sorts. So that's how I do it. Let's stop the share. Let's look for the questions. Lower. Where is questions? Alex, 15 Bitcoin mistake. That's rough. Yeah. Especially when Bitcoin gets to $1 million each. It's a $15 million mistake. That's rough. So when I sold 50k Dogecoin at 15 cents, is a small mistake compared to yours. In fact, I made my Doge. I was really happy with Doge recently because I got in at 2 cents, and basically I bought 100,000 Doge at 2 cents. And it went from 2 cents to 30 cents or something like that. Basically, I made $14,000. I was happy with that. Sell, redistributed into other better coins, and then Doge went, buy Siam, bit like it did with Engine Coin. So yeah, I made that same mistake. I tried to do a bit of a side hop, but it didn't work. So how can someone start to trade using spread betting, and what software? AJ, it's funny you should ask that. If you go to therealistictrader.com, click the thing learn to trade for free. Is trading suitable for you? And here is a 2-month free trading test drive. Literally, just check this out. So go on here. You'll be popped into. So every month I run a new sort of beginner group. So here we've got the May group. So it's only just started. I sent a little hello video today, and as part of that, you get access to the portal, and the portal is where I harbour all of my secrets. So you go to the trading training, and as a trading test driver, you get access to everything up to level 5. So all of these videos, all level 1, level 2, level 3. There's 30 hours worth of videos basically, all the way up to level 5. So you're going to learn how to be completely self-sufficient and competent on your own, so that after the 2-month trial you don't need me. But if you want to become a full RT member, I'd love it. But yeah, so that's that. Right, so let's stop the share. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. Rodel ratio is awesome for predicting Bitcoin top and bottoms. Yep. Alex said, quick one with Engine, where I didn't get filled. Imagine that was Ether or Bitcoin or something you wanted to own and the sidestep didn't work. What's your approach of getting back in and accepting a loss? Well, there's two things you can either do. You can either FOMO in quickly. Now, a lot of people treat FOMO as like, oh my God, you FOMO'd, what an idiot. The thing is, it's how quickly you FOMO in, and how quickly you react. So, for example, if I share my screen, I'm just going to dispel a myth here. So let's take Engine. Where is it? So, if, for example, I had a rule that if I haven't been filled by the time I exit, then I just get back in. So I exit. I tried to get in down here, and it didn't. If I then got in here, or even just, at $1.50, guess what? I'll still be in the money, and all I've lost is just a tiny bit of movement. So you can FOMO in quickly. So I'm trying to find another one, like Doge, for example, was one where I got hit. So I got in at 2 cents down here. I sold Doge at 14 cents here. And the thing is, my entry buy order is somewhere down here. I was a bit too greedy of that one, because it did.
Then it was easier for you to buy
I'm
more.
just going to mute everyone.
And it's very much like I've seen people.
There we go. But what I could have done is, like, let's say I missed this massive bar up here. Went, shit. I could have FOMO'd in very quickly at $18. I wouldn't have lost that much money, but then I'd be in all of the money up here. So that is one way. If you're doing these side steps, be prepared to FOMO in very quickly. It's a valid technique. Don't treat it like, oh my God, you FOMO'd in, what a loser. Which is what all of Reddit and the internet says. But you have to be. I'm simply objective. So that's one thing to do. Or another thing you can do is take revenge on another pair. So, for example, what I've done, like the money that I didn't get back in on Doge, I simply went, okay, I've lost out on Doge. But then you can look at other seesaws. So, for example, like, as I said, I want to get more Bitcoin. And so the way I'm getting more Bitcoin is by getting into Ether. And because Ether is going to gobble up Bitcoin in terms of this ratio and get all the way back up to 0.1, most likely. Or gas, for example. I think gas is massively undervalued compared to Bitcoin. So here, I got in. So when compared to Bitcoin, look at where I got in. All the way down here. And look at this. It's gained so much traction against Bitcoin already as it is. Whereas I think gas is going to go all the way back up to these levels. And so this is my big old punt, basically. And as I said, like in fact, I won't go into the details now, but this is my big proper punt. My educated punt. So yeah, so that's how you do it. You basically take revenge, but via some another method, as in another crypto. How do I stop the share always disappears. I don't know why that happens. Here we go. Stop share. Chat box. Bijan, the realistic mooner. Safe moon goes to $1. That's several new Siam schools. Yes, I know. It's unlikely to ever get to $1 though. Ever. Just look at the max coin supply and you'll realise why. Hope you heard about Coin Bureau. Here's some tips about taxes. Yeah, I haven't heard. I've heard of him. I don't know who he is or she. I don't know. But regarding tax, every single time you do a trade, it's a taxable event. So remember that. Every time you move from pounds to Arve or whatever, every single thing that you do is a taxable event. So all I do is I go to I get an account at recap.io. So if you go, come on, recap.io, you can simply hook up Recap to your feeds, to your the API feeds or your exchanges, and with a click of a button, it will tell you how much tax you owe. You then give that to your accountant. Done. And also, you're paying capital gains tax when you're crystallizing the profits. So depending on your band, it will be 10% or 20%. But yeah, it will be 20% CGT. Or if you own crypto through a company, it will be treated as revenue. So you'll only be paying 19% corporation tax. But if you don't want any tax whatsoever, if you don't want to pay any tax on your crypto, what you can do is sort of let's say it gets to January, you're rolling in money and you don't want to exit from, let's say you just got Bitcoin and you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because that's going to incur a 20% capital gains tax, etc. But you need some cash, you want to buy that Lambo. Well, what you can do is put it into a crypto loan. So you can park up that Bitcoin. You can then borrow up to 70% of that value of that crypto in cash and take the cash and then spend whatever you want. Or even better, take that cash and put it back into crypto and stake it and make 10 to 20% per year. And then if Bitcoin goes up, what's going to happen is it becomes a self-liquidating loan. The loan will pay itself off. So like my exit plan at the moment, and I'm always fluid, is that when I want to exit, when I see that it cooling off, what I'll probably do is sell everything into, or convert everything into, say, Binance USD, so the Binance stablecoin. Yes, that will incur a tax thing. I'll just have to pay the 20%. But what I'll then do is then I'll stake that Binance USD, or stake. Oh, it's not called staking, but I'll put it up, and then I'll just make 15% divvies. Or I may do the crypto loan thing. Maybe I'm not sure. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so yeah, I'll just stake it all in Binance USD coin or USDC and make the 15% until I want to get back into crypto, and then I'm still in the stable coin and I can just quickly get back in. Adam, how did you buy SafeMoon when it's not on any exchanges? It's on SafeMoon is on the is it Uniswap? Let's double check. It was either the PancakeSwap or Uniswap. So you buy it on those two decentralized exchanges. So it is on the exchanges. So here's a quick tip. If you ever want to see how to find any crypto, you go to CoinMarketCap and let's type in SafeMoon. It's a proper bullshit coin, don't forget. So here we go. It's gone up nicely. Boom. 30%, 38%. I'm in the money. So where do I buy it? You go to market, click that, and it will show you where it's at. It's in gate.io and also PancakeSwap. And you can see all the volumes, etc. Yeah, so I bought it in PancakeSwap. Just like I bought Kishu Uno, another bullshit coin. I only bought like $300 worth. It's like nothing. It's gone down a bit. Still up a bit. But that I got on Is it Uniswap? Yeah, I got it on Uniswap. So these are decentralized exchanges. So yeah, you can buy it. It's just not on Binance or all the main exchanges. That's basically it. Tom, I've started using the Go Long drawing on trading view. Drawing on trading view shows easily where your positions are in green or red. Yeah, same. The thing is to find new coins that are dirt cheap and are likely to rise. How do you find that? You don't though. You really don't. Just do the Kryptonian portfolio, and it's the best blend of risk to reward. It really is. If you start dicking around on low cap coins, a lot of them are going to go to zero. Like eventually, yeah, they'll probably be dragged up in the bull run at the moment, but you'll end up blowing a load. Trust me. I watched my crypto account go from $25,000 to $1.1 million, and then down to $300,000 in a week. I lost $700,000 in a week. I've been through the ringer. Trust me, if you get in that mindset, if you're looking for dirt cheap coins, and by the way, it's not about how cheap the coin is. It's all about the total supply. So you could be looking at so this is another thing. The average Joe will go, right, all I want to do is get in a dirt cheap coin like Kishu Uno, which is 0.000000001 of a dollar. And all that needs to do is get to 1 cent or $1 and I'm set up for life. But this is never ever going to $1 ever. Because look at the max supply. That is oh my god, that's million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. It has 100 quadrillion coins. Which is just ridiculous. It's never getting to $1. So you then have to work out the maths. So you look. So the equation is more patience Kryptonians. So M over P times C, more patience Kryptonians. So it's market cap, price, and circulating supply. So if you're looking for the price of $1, so if you work out that triangle, this is how you do it. So you want $1, okay? Okay, so that's the price. We don't know what the market cap will be, but we know the circulating supply. So let's just say it's 100 quadrillion. Okay, coins. Well, to get $1, there we go. You can work that. It's basically, to get to $1, the market cap of Kishu Uno is $1 times 100 quadrillion dollars. So therefore, Kishu Uno will have to become a $100 quadrillion market in order to get to $1. Never going to happen. If you look at the biggest market on the planet right now is the currency market, and that's a 1.4. It's about a 1.6 quadrillion dollar market. If you took all the stocks in the world, every freaking stock on the planet right now, it's only $80 trillion. The global bond market is $100 trillion. Currency is 1.6. Like Kishu Uno is never going to $1. Okay, you're then saying, okay, what about 10 cents? Okay, the Kishu Uno market, it needs to go to $10 quadrillion. Not going to happen. Okay, what about 1 cent? Okay, it needs to become $1 quadrillion. Not going to happen. So do not go around looking for low priced coins. Now, so that's the low priced fallacy. If you then look at the low cap fallacy, that's also as dodgy, because you could end up dicking around on CoinMarketCap on page, I don't know, let's just put page 50, playing with coins that don't even have a market cap. Or let's try page, it won't even show me, 46, no. So, thing is, if you're playing around with coins which have a market cap of $10 million, they're gonna fly into nothing. You'll lose a lot of money, and I've made that mistake. So just don't do that. Literally, here's a good rule: don't touch anything less than page 6. So if you go to page 6 on CoinMarketCap, the lowest market cap crypto you'll get is $50 million. That's enough to give it, it's got a lot of money behind it, that it's not going to die overnight. But here's the other thing. You need to also look at the volume. So you don't want to get into something like Salt, where, you're looking at this, it's a $52 million market. It's great. But what's the 24-hour volume? $300,000. Nah, that's a dead project. No thanks. Or this one, Venus BUSD, dead. Well, some of them are DEX types. Look at this Metronome, $58 million. Yeah, but no one's using it. No, $125,000 of trading volume a day. You're going to get stuck. So if you 10x that coin and then you try and sell, you're going to get slipped. You won't be able to sell at the price you want to sell. So, yeah. Oh, look, Bank to the Futures here. Dying. So, what was I going to say? So that's that question. Bijan, do you ever think about obtaining a Thai passport through your mother's heritage and using that to get reduced taxes? No. If I wanted to do the tax thing, I'd move everything to Belize and pay zero tax on everything. Or I'd move to Malta, or I'd move parts to Malta. I'd probably set up a Delaware company in the US and also be based in Belize. That's if I wanted to fully avoid all tax. So, Alex said, hard to disagree with the Keisha Uno thing, Siam. What if there's hyperinflation with the dollar? Yeah, if there's hyperinflation of the dollar, yeah, then there may be. But what's the purchasing power of that? Again, yeah, they're linked. So that's that. Let's look at YouTube. I haven't looked at any of the YouTube comments. I'm hoping there's no trolls here. So Daniel Bombastic, will this video be uploaded to YouTube later? Yep, it will be on that crypto playlist. GT Harmonica, hi Siam, can I ask a dumb question? Are all crypto trades profits taxable? Yes, they are. Or only if they're traded back to fiat? No, every single time you move from Ether to Binance to Bitcoin or whatever, it's a taxable event in the UK. I don't know about other countries. Craig Hallsworth, can you discuss tax on crypto? Oh, yep, so we have. Shanta Chaudhry, is it too late to invest? Nope. I talked about that probably half an hour ago. That we're probably 3/5 of the way through this market, and then look at the metrics why I think that. Simon Platt, that's an old name, old face. Simon, check out Pirate for privacy coin. Okay, if that was a random person, I'd probably go no thanks, but I know you, Simon, so I'm going to share screen and check it out. So Pirate. So what in fact, there's a few pirates here. 1 second. Pirate. Ooh, is it Pirate Chain or Pirate Cash? Let's look at both. So Pirate Cash is rank. Yeah, look at this. $10 million market cap. 5,000.nat. Not touching that with a barge pole. Pirate Chain, however, is a $1.2 billion market cap with a 5 million. Okay, so this is better. Rank 213. Okay, so it's a solid project straight away. What's the max supply? 200 million. That's low. Okay, Simon, good shout. I'm glad I listened to you. So for me, I actually like buying coins with a very low max supply. So here, a $200 million max supply is very low. $1 billion in market cap, that's also very low. Total supply is 180 million, so there's 20 million locked up. So that 20 million locked up is most likely, and that's not out there, is probably, just I haven't read the white paper, probably a mix of the founders of Pirate Chain having a whole bunch, and also maybe the distribution of the coin. So I'd have to read the white paper, which you can click this. Let's just click it. I'll read it for later. What's it done with the price? Freaking mooned. Wow. It's basically gone from, let's zoom out a bit, from 40 cents all the way up to now of $6. Yeah, that's done nice. That sort of growth reminds me of Theta. Theta's been a good one for me. Theta. I got in Theta at $2. It's now 11. In fact, gas. Actually, gas is my best trade. I got in at gas at $1.73 and it's now $15. Yeah, it's like 15x for me. So I'll read that later, but Pirate Chain, so if it's a privacy coin, I may actually get it. I've only got 2 privacy coins at the moment. So let's just check out the website. First thing on websites, check out if there are any spelling typos or bad English. You know it's just a cheap Chinese knockoff. Pirate Chain, the most anonymous cryptocurrency, a truly private, decentralized blockchain. Is it? Every thing is, every privacy coin says that. The most anonymous crypto out there. We'll see. True privacy. Use the privacy. Can we come? Okay. Rid of the holes. Pirate Chain uses ZK Sharks. Snarks. Sorry. Okay. Interesting. it's probably worth owning, actually, just as part of the Kryptonian portfolio with the smart tracker. Let's have a look at where to buy it. Go to market. It's on, oh man, I can't be asked. I just, like, here's what I did in 2017. I ended up buying loads of coins on loads of different exchanges, and then I lost, you know, the login details, all the different exchanges. I just don't want to, I can't be asked to go and open up an account with Trade Ogre and buy yeah. But I know that's what a lot of people do. They like buying stuff on random small exchanges like this, so that when it's then picked up by Binance or Coinbase, it then moons. So yeah, it's a valid strategy, but for me, I just look for ease of life, and I can't be asked. So, but mind you, if I'm going to read the white paper later, and if it is good, then I may actually put 15 minutes in to open up the account and sending money over to it, then to buy it, then to send it to a wallet, etc. We'll see. So that's the question. But cheers, Simon. Good shout, nonetheless. Stop the share. John Raymond. Hey mate, how will you decide when to switch from Ether to Bitcoin? So at the moment, as it stands, my original target, if you look at Ether to Bitcoin, is at 0.1. So I think when we get to 0.1, I think it's a great time to swap. However, I also think possibly this year, Ether will beat Bitcoin in terms of market cap. And if it's not this year, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that Ethereum will beat Bitcoin as the number one crypto on the planet in terms of market cap, not price. The price will never be the same because they have different, like there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist, whereas Ethereum is a lot more. It's uncapped basically at the moment. So at one point this will be a number one position. So I don't know. I do see 10k, maybe 20k Ether in the future. I mean, if we go to, I mean, look at this. This video I put out on the 8th of June 2020. Now let's look at Bitcoin at the 8th of June 2020. So 8th of June 2020. Here we go. 8th of June 2020. The price of Bitcoin was $9,700, and I said that we would see $50,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. This is like on the 8th of June, and I got a lot of hate from that video. I don't know why, on Twitter especially. They said you're an idiot, it's never going to $50,000. Well, guess what? This is where we are, and now I'm expecting a bit further. So if you scroll down further on this list, watch this video called why I'm expecting at least $100,000 Bitcoin, $20,000 Ether, and $5 Cardano between 2021 and 2023. Not clickbait. Just give it time, and this will. I'm pretty sure this will age very well, just like the previous video. So yeah, I think going back to your question, John. How will I decide? I think I'm gonna I'm gonna have to be fluid. It depends on what's happening at the time. John, when I transfer cash from bank to Binance on their app, it's always instant. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, so TF, whoever TF here looks like a Bitcoin maximalist. He says only buy Bitcoin. Well, yeah, it depends on your goals, mate. If I had bought just Bitcoin in January, I would not have as much money as I have right now. Bitcoin moves very fast in the early stage of the bull cycle, but then moves very slow compared to alts. So it's a case of flipping. But if I just bought Bitcoin, like hell, in 2017, if I just bought Bitcoin, I would have made a lot less money. Delightful. Hello, Simon. What is the next level for Bitcoin? I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to look at try and predict near-term prices. It's futile. LTC hasn't pumped much. I reckon it's prime. Nah. Eileen Haggerty. What do you think of Theta? I love Theta. I've got a lot of Theta. I love it. Theta has hype. Don't buy hype. Okay. Thing is, when you look at crypto, the thing that really drives crypto is network effect. what drives network effect these days is hype. So if there's hype on something and the thing is good and it delivers, it's actually a good thing, it then increases the network effect of that project, and therefore the value then goes up. Look at Ethereum. The only reason Ethereum is worth what it is and has the market cap of it is because the network effect. It has all the coders, it has all of the projects, it has everything. Obviously, I think that's going to be flipped at some point because I think Cardano, Solana, and Binance Smart Chain are going to absolutely eat the Ethereum market share of the smart contract platform space. But yeah, so it's all about network effect. Sophie, Kelly, Siam, and anyone else here. Has anyone used Celsius Network, earning rewards on your crypto through peer-to-peer? Yes, I have used it. In terms of earning rewards, I just put it all on Binance and stake it that way. Again, I'm aware of the flaws of that, but hey. TF, I reckon Bitcoin is going 70 to 120 on the next pump, looking at 2017. Okay, don't rely on exchange, use a hardware wallet. If you're trading, then use hot wallets. He then goes on to say, or learn the hard way and wait for an exchange to get hacked and lose cash. Yep, I'm aware of all of this. Browser plugins for hot wallets are getting hacked like crazy. Stay away from these. I agree. Like a MetaMask or MetaMask wallet, etc. You'll miss big moves if you do this. Just hold. Why fart about for small wins? Just ride the whole cycle. Bet you can't beat the market. TF, I have beaten the market many times. So if you're saying that Bitcoin is the market, I've well and truly beaten the market. Craig, what about network address? What about network address? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean the public address of your coins? Qwerty Burr said, I shat my pants back in Feb and sold almost everything because I got burned in 2018. I've since bought back into ADA the other week as it seemed to have been doing so little for so long. Okay. Are there any GBP stablecoins? Not sure. Simon, Pirate Chain. Qwerty Burr, if you think ETH will topple Bitcoin in market cap, do you think ADA could do the same? Yes. I'm intensely bullish on the ADA, but over a longer period of time. It's a slower mover. It's slow, massive rally. Slow. And the thing is, because it doesn't care about the price. The team at Cardano don't care about the price. They care about the tech. Because they know that if they get the tech right, they're going to own the market. And they do. Cardano, in terms of capabilities, dicks all over Ethereum. Literally. Just look at the tech that Cardano has. It's insane. Look at the tech that Solana has. It's insane. So, do you think we'll see 10k ETH this bull run? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, hopefully that's it. I think that's all the questions. Last quick ones on Zoom, and then we have to call this. It's almost 2 hours. Tom Grange, those exchanges give me nightmare flashbacks to Cryptopia. Yeah, Shittopia. Cryptominous, yeah, rest in peace my coins, yes, same. I have to go, thanks, keep up the good work. Cheers, Dean. Alex, with regard to ETH being replaced by another DeFi platform, an analyst I follow put it very nicely. There are plenty of projects with better coded languages and fundamentals behind them, better than ETH, but they need to be at least 10 times better than ETH for them to take over, as ETH has a massive first mover advantage. Yeah, I do agree with that to an extent, but then when you look at the ERC20 converter that Cardano has, where you can literally convert any ERC20 project like that, and all of a sudden it's a Cardano project, what do you think that's going to do? And when you combine that with the negligible fees that Cardano has compared to ETH's ridiculous fees, yeah, just give it time. But I'm still massively bullish on Ether. Bijan, Aave seems like a good project, but their Reddit page is empty. Then shitcoins like Holochain have tens of thousands of people on their Reddit page. True, yeah. It's just the market. So, anyway, hope that makes sense. Sorry it's been 2 hours long, but all the questions are here. And hopefully, if you were a complete newbie today and don't have any crypto, hopefully I've shown you enough that you can just grab a coin or a Binance account, verify it, send money onto it, buy some coins, and yeah, hopefully that's it. Right, Toodaloo. I don't know what tomorrow's live session is going to be about. Let's see in the calendar. No idea. So I'll probably freestyle it. Cool. Cheerio, folks. Bye.